Come on. Come on. There you go. Oh, here we are again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Arkansas Wrestling Unleashed. Those of you that tune in, we appreciate you. Make sure you share, subscribe, do all that stupid stuff that they tell you on YouTube all the time to do. Because without people watching, what's the point? It's just me sitting around talking like a dumbass. So, we're gonna wait just a second. Hope we get a couple people in here. What we usually do, we roll through. We check out the flyers that either I found on Facebook or someone sent to me. If you do not see your flyer on this episode, it is not because I don't like you, but it might be. But I'm not going to tell you that. But it's mainly because you either I didn't see it or you didn't send it to me. So that's one thing you got to do. If you want to be on here, if you want your company represented on here, make sure you send me your information. Send me your flyers. Um, I'm gonna do it a little different than I normally do, which is still kind of lumped together and all, but I'm gonna go by date instead of lumping the episodes together. Normally, like if say TNR's got 4 or 5 shows already scheduled out and flyers out. Usually, I put all those together, but I'm not gonna do that this time. I'm gonna go by date because I think that's a little less confusing for people. So. It looks like we've got a few people tuning in, so we are going to go ahead and roll on into the flyers here. We're going to start off with one of the longer running shows in Arkansas. They run every Friday night. And this Friday, MCW in Osceola. This is just, they had multiple flyers with different matchups. This is just the one I grabbed because that CJ Money kid kind of irritates me. So I hope he sees this and hears that. Uh, but yeah, MCW this Friday night. They've got a multitude of good matches. If you're in the area, make sure you go check them out. Then this Saturday, we've got quite a few shows on the 6th, starting here with Lionheart Championship Wrestling. Christmas in Waldron. They're going to be Waldron, Arkansas. Now, they also had a bunch of flyers with different matchups and stuff like this, but this was their main flyer, so I grabbed it. So if you're in the Waldron area, make sure you go check them out. That is always a stacked show. Then we roll on to Saturday in Hoxie, Arkansas. Out of Control Wrestling every Saturday night. This Saturday night looks like we're going to have OCW Heavyweight Champion Garth Mahoney against Jonathan Black. That right there, from what I've seen out of these two young men, that should be a killer match, and they're going to have a killer card on top of that. Also, this Saturday, Southern Championship Wrestling will be in Bald Knob, Arkansas. Ringside Revival. Looks like it's going to be a benefit show. When the bell rings, the world shakes. Uh, they always put together a really good show. Really good people to work with there. You see a lot of good talent on that card. Also, this Saturday at Vino's in Little Rock, Arkansas, we have 8 Crazy Fights from TAC Wrestling. They are doing a tournament to crown a new TAC heavyweight champion. Now, I'm not sure if they're doing the entire tournament that night or if they're just, doing the opening rounds and a couple of extras or something, but they are definitely going to put on a hell of a show. And if you have not been to the Vino show, if you can go to this is it's like if ECW met PWG. I mean, it is a killer event to go to. Now we roll back over to MCW on the 13th in Mark Tree, Arkansas. MCW will be in the building, putting on the show there. Also that day, APW will be in where was this at? Jacksonville, Arkansas. Rare out of their area show, but man, this should be a killer one here. You definitely got a stacked card, including JCW's Outbreak. I love those guys, freaking zombies. Also, that Saturday, MACW will have the second annual Rockin' Ricky Rumble in Tuckerman, Arkansas. Show dedicated to the memory of Rockin' Ricky. And tell you right now, if I wasn't already somewhere else, and I would 100% be there, but you will see a stacked lineup for that show. Also, that day, see how the dates roll together just a lot better. Down in Prescott, Arkansas, Haybarn Championship Wrestling will be in Prescott, Arkansas, like I just said. Mary Case Mayhem, where they do their annual ladder match for their briefcase to see who can get a title shot whenever they want. Also that day, good Lord, there's a lot of shows on that day. TNR will be in Leechville at Leechville Gym. And my phone just buzzed me. Go away, phone. 'Twas the fight before Christmas. Leechville Gym, TNR will be in the building. So if you're over in that area, check them out. Also, right here, Corning, Arkansas, Inhumane Championship Wrestling. Man, these guys always have a stacked card. You see Madman Pondo right there in the front. I'm talking about, man, that right there, man, it's something different. You don't see these guys anywhere else. So if you're able to, go check them out. December 20th, Wrestling with Pride, Slay My Name. And this has got to be the greatest poster. I am not going to lie. I got a kick out of this when I see it. But they will be in Paragould, Arkansas for Wrestling with Pride, Slay My Name, their Christmas show. And we move into 2026, which is pretty cool to see. Right off the bat, January 10th, 100 Wrestling. Now, I do not have any extra information on this. This is their teaser flyer they put out there, but I wanted to make sure that I showed it. You also got in February of 2026, February 14th, Wild Card Wrestling is bringing in freaking Austin Aries, and I'm sure there will be a seminar that day too. So man, that right there, that is a hell of an opportunity to get to meet Austin Aries in Diaz, Arkansas. Also in Diaz, February 28th, they are bringing in Wildcard is bringing in Teal Piper and Diamos. I hope I said that correctly. I don't know if I did. But yeah, February 28th, Wildcard is bringing in Teal Piper, the daughter of freaking Rowdy Roddy Piper. How cool is that? In Diaz, Arkansas. All right, so I flowed through those a little quicker than normal because I didn't have as many. It is the holiday season. A lot of shows are slowing down right now, mainly because it's freaking cold outside. So I mean that's normal. I'm sure there'll be more coming up in the days ahead. And make sure, like I said, if you want your show on here, send me your information, send me your flyers. Make sure you get me all that info because, like I said, you don't send them to me and I don't see them, I can't advertise them. And that's my goal. I want you to know what's going on in Arkansas wrestling. I want you to know what's going on in the state, so that way you can check them out. Or if you're a wrestler and you want to wrestle in Arkansas, you know where to go. And if you are a wrestler and you want to wrestle in Arkansas, hit me up. I've got a list of all the shows in Arkansas, who books them, who you need to get a hold of. So make sure you get in contact with me if you want that information. But we're going to move on to the main event here. I know I said that before, and no, it is not Bradley this time. Instead, I brought in some old fart who's trying to emulate my beautiful looks with this beard. I mean, he's trying, but it just ain't quite gray enough. Hey, what's going on, Mark? Good to see you, man. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Lee Michaels. What's going on, Lee?
What's up?
Oh,
I hear you talking about the beard. Hey, don't be mad because Grandpa's status creeped up on you a lot faster than it did me.
well, I mean, I do have grandkids, so I mean, it happens.
It does.
I mean, just because you've been wrestling longer, I don't know. I think I might be a little
Uh,
older than you. So
You are.
uh,
Yeah.
all right.
Oldest green kid I ever met.
That's why they called me the DDP of Arkansas wrestling, because I started late. Got several people popping in. Mark has popped in. This guy right here, if you don't know Mark, one of the biggest wrestling fans that's not in Arkansas.
That's
Dude
not.
he lives in New York, but man, if it's a wrestling show, that dude's putting it over like crazy.
Hey, boy, I'd love to see it though. I'd love to see it. I'd
Stephanie
love to see it.
Underwood,
Dude, appreciate you, Mark.
and got Fred. Fred's in the house. I don't
Shut
let
up,
him
shut up, shut up, Fred.
out. I don't let him out of the house when I do this. I don't want him to disappear.
Right,
But
like
man,
a stray dog, just wander off.
well, man, let's roll on into this, man. And for y'all that don't know, Lee has been one of the guys that has helped me along in my career. One of the first guys that actually, showed some interest and wanted to help me grow as a wrestler, man. And I could ultimately, I cannot, show you enough thanks for what you've done for me, personally. Um, but man, how long have you been wrestling?
Well, let's see. I had my first match in this sounds terrible. 2001. I started training in late '99. Uh, Honestly, what led me to wrestling, I've always been a huge fan of wrestling. I'm sliding off subject for a second.
No, you're
Uh,
fine.
now I played high school football. Football was a big thing. I was good at it. I had opportunities. Uh, you know, once you tear your ACL, nobody really has any use for you. Went through a little bit of a bitter period. Uh, just started walking again on it, lifting weights, getting healthy. And honestly, bro, I was sitting in my house watching Channel 8 and seeing AWF local wrestling pop up on KIT at midnight. At the end of the show, there was this number that you could call. It was like, hey, if you want to be a pro wrestler, this and that. So I can't play football, and I like the physicality. Let's try wrestling. Called the number. Uh, Went to the training. Dead serious, no lie. My very first training ever, broke my nose.
Oh shit.
Broke my nose. Straight up, broke my nose. Rolled out of the ring. Went to the bathroom. A guy by the name of John Nelson, John Roderick, Hot Rod,
Hot Rod, yeah.
came to the bathroom, looked at me, get blood pouring down my nose. He goes, "Hey, that's broke." He goes, "I can fix it." And I was like, "Well, fix it." So not only did he set my nose, after he set my nose, I crammed paper towels up the one side of my nose that had more blood coming out than the other, crawled back in the ring, and continued like nothing happened. And that after that day, like I knew I loved it. I knew I loved it. I did.
Yeah.
I knew I loved it. Like I knew like this was what I wanted to do, and I knew.
Still there? I think you kind of froze up on me a little bit.
Completely forgot the question.
Yeah, you kind of froze on me for a second there anyway.
Oh, we good now?
Yeah. No, I just asked you how long you had been wrestling. You just went, there you are.
Oh, okay.
So you
Uh,
said you had your first match in 2001.
right. Did the thing with John and them, trained, got all set up. Started wrestling for AWF back when Aaron Poston had it. First match was in Corning, Arkansas, which they put me over with an elbow drop off the top rope, which was unheard of at the time. You know, green guy you just don't go over.
Yeah.
And dude, it kind of went on from there. Did that, bounced around for a few years. Ended up re-tearing my ACL. Then I was gone for a few years, and got hooked up with the guy. Got back into it, and shit ain't stopped since.
So that first match, I know, like me personally, I remember mine like it was yesterday. I know
Right.
some people do, some people don't. What was like going into the match? What were the emotions you were going through going into that?
Oh man, I was scared to death. Like scared to death was an understatement. If if this tells you anything, I left my wrestling boots at home.
Oh, shit.
Yep, yep. Thank God for Dirty Little Dave. My very first wrestling match I ever had, I wore his boots.
Oh wow,
So
that's some big boots to fill there.
very big. And it's funny because he reffed that match.
Oh wow! Hey, what's going on, Crusher? Good to see you pop in, man.
So, and not only did he feed, because for some ungodly reason they made me heel in that match. I'm clean cut, a baby face as you could possibly be, and they make me heel, and I'm going against Sexy Rex.
Oh wow!
First match ever. Another true story. You know, if it wasn't for him, I'd have never learned the frog splash.
Really?
It was he would do the regular splash off the top rope, and then I was like, "Can you show me how to do that?" We went through the motions of it, this and that, and then when I seen Eddie Guerrero literally do it for the first time, and he folded all the way out, and I was like, "Well, I'm gonna try it like this," and I haven't changed it since. Like, but yeah, if it wasn't for Sexy Rex, I wouldn't be doing the frog splash.
That's crazy because, like, I get, because I came along later on and all, and
Hmm.
Rex was like, towards the end of his career.
Yes,
So I couldn't, I just can't see him doing that. So that's amazing.
but see, and that's the then, and you know, going back to my first match with him, Dirty Little Dave fed me my spots this whole match. Stuff to do. We didn't call nothing in the back other than the finish. Sorry, fourth wall,
Hey,
but
you're all right.
facts. But so we're out there and I'm doing my stuff and rake his eyes. So reach up, rake his eyes. He's like, yeah. He goes, now do it again. Reach up, rake his eyes. We have the match. Uh, Rex goes over with splash, of course. 1, 2, 3. We get back to the back and hand Dave his boots back. And the first thing he said to me, he goes, "You listen real good."
Hell yeah.
So, like, I didn't know if that was acceptance or if that was the like, you listen good now, we'll see in a few years.
Right.
And now I've known Dave over 20 years, and man, that man's like family, like for real.
Hey,
Like anytime,
he still tells you suck all the time, don't he?
honestly, it's more like he tells me, you know, you can slow down, kid.
I don't think I've ever heard that one since
Now
I
that
got to
man,
my first year or so.
hey, I'm 45, and look, I'll be the first one to admit, be like, when one of the young kids go, you couldn't hang with me. Hey, let's line it up, and we'll see you in about 20 minutes.
Hold on, you're 45?
I'm 45.
You're older than me.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, I thought I was the old man. Shit.
No, I'm the old man. I'm the old man.
I'll be 45 next month. Does that count?
I'll be 46 in June.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Got a little
yeah, I've been at
comment
it.
there for you. Johnson
Well,
Black. Lee, I'm coming for my title real soon. So
well,
what is this title?
Let me go ahead and we'll go ahead and plug it real quick. You're looking at your new OCW Openweight Champion.
Oh wow. Did
So
they replace that with the New Era title with that,
here,
or is it an
that
additional one?
that that was a new era. This is a new era,
Gotcha.
and we're open weight. So, hey, Jonathan, here's a bit of advice, kid. You know, when everybody tells you that you're the second coming to me, go ahead and sit down, tighten your boots up, train a little more, because you're always going to be second coming to me because you couldn't beat the first coming.
That
We'll
sounds
leave it at
almost that sounds almost gross. Uh,
that.
so Lee Michaels cutting promos on a shoot interview. This is awesome.
It's terrible. Damn kids these days got no respect.
Oh Lord. So you talked about doing the frog splash watching Eddie Guerrero.
Right.
In like WWE, AEW, WCW, all the bigger companies and all, who do you
Hmm.
feel like has been who was your biggest influences on your career?
It's funny because, you know, I didn't start watching WWE till like 96, 95, 96. And it was always Memphis. It was always Memphis. And
Gotcha.
it's funny, a lot of guys doesn't remember our truth from being Memphis back then, back in those days, as K Quick.
Yeah.
You know, walking out with the big hubcap. You know what I mean? And so
I live down in Louisiana, so I didn't get it down there most
it
of the
was
time.
but man, if you get in, I guess if you had to put a nail on it, like there's three of them. And that's Triple H, Mick Foley, and Jeff Hardy.
Okay.
And honestly, like if you watch me wrestle, you'll see a little bit of them in a match, in any match. It's always, I don't know, man. It's just Jeff Hardy for his body that he's given. You know what I mean? That uh, we'll do it now and worry about it tomorrow.
Right. Appreciate that, Crusher. I know Lee does
Uh,
too if he can see it.
I didn't see it. What it said.
And he said you're great guys in any locker room.
Hey, I appreciate it, man.
Very much so.
Like Jeff Hardy, like that. Just don't quit. Like no matter what. Triple H is more of the old school that I see. You know, if you got hurt, you finished your match. You didn't and stop. You finished it. You got your job done. Then we worried about it. And Mick Foley, Jesus Christ, what can you not say about that man?
Right? Good work, good character, put his body on the line. One of my all time favorites, hands
Uh,
down.
hey, fun fact: the guy that goes by the name of Cataclysm was the first person ever put me through thumbtacks.
I don't know what happened to that douchebag.
Man, me neither.
Well, man, we talked about the bigger league. What about more on a more local level? Like that, the people you've got to work shows with and stuff like that. Who has been your biggest influences on you on a local level?
Man, you know, you got to put Motley Cruz on there. That's automatic.
I hear that name a lot. I've
You got
only
to put
met him a
Motley
couple of
Cruz.
times, but
I've only met him a couple of times, but you know, when I first started, that was a name, you know, and it was a name for years after that. And just watching him do his thing, I've been in the locker room with him, you know, dozen times, and dude's always been real cool. Like Asylum's a big one. I really like those guys.
oh yeah, definitely.
Uh, you know, man, local. Shit, what the hell is their fucking name? He's gonna bust me in my mouth when I say that, or when because I can't remember his name. Supposed to be doing the show. Tim Hansen is another
Oh
one.
yeah,
Tim
Tim.
Hansen. Sorry, Tim. Uh, and local, as far as like locally high flying and stuff at that time. Rex was one. Rex used to be a high flyer, man. Like him and Hot Rod both. They both used to be high flyers. So watching them was always fun. Uh, man, I just don't have like favorites. Like,
Well, I don't mean by like favorite. I mean by like influence on you, though. You know, like who helped you out throughout your career to grow who Lee Michaels is today.
man, if that if I had to put one name on honestly, it'd have to be Hot Rod. And the reason is I went down, tore my ACL. I'd been out for a couple years. Uh, got back in the loop and started wrestling for now ASWF. And went out there, had a couple matches. When I tell you it was nothing worth bragging about, it was absolutely nothing worth bragging about. Like, it wasn't until that third match and Hot Rod looked me dead in my face as his music was playing and goes, "Kid, you don't fucking tighten up. I'm going to light you the fuck up." Dude, went out there and proceeded to have one of the best matches that I could ever have with that man. And when I tell you we beat the shit out of each other, David, I hit him like I hit you.
Okay, so not that bad then.
There was a little blood exchanged.
I actually got to work a couple of matches with him earlier this year, and man, it was some of the easiest stuff I've ever done.
Dude,
So
it's
simple.
crazy. The man could sit home for a year, crawl in a ring, and it was like he never left.
Yeah, it was
Like,
so.
it is crazy how in ring good he really is.
Yeah, and I swear, a lot of people could learn from that style of thing. And that's honestly, that's a lot of the same. I think the reason why it was so easy is because that's how I work. I'm slow paced,
Right.
more of the old school style.
And
There's a little flash involved.
And that's me these days. Like, I can throw the flash out there when it's necessary. But man, am I going to be the best wrestler out there? No, I'm not. I'm 45. I'm not. But one thing I can promise, I'm going to tell a damn good story.
So I know you at one point you thought you were going to have to hang them up because of your back.
Mm-hmm.
How have you not now that you're working, but you still have you're wrestling, but you still have this bad back? What have you done to adjust to be able to work around that?
Man, first and foremost, what we were talking about, sometimes you got to go a little old school, and sometimes, the story's bigger than the match. And a lot of times now with my back, I can't go out there and bump 20, 30 times. I can't. Like, let's be honest, I can't. So to make up for that is the storytelling part. And I feel like where I'm at now is that I can tell a story way better now than I could 15 years ago. And because of the hurt back, it's only getting better.
Well, when I was training, I was traveling with Josh a lot,
Right.
and we were talking about Motley Cruz. The first time I met him, I asked, a little bit of advice. I was like, because
Mhm.
I'm not a small guy, but I'm not a huge guy, but I'm a
Right,
bigger guy than most. And I was like,
right.
what psychology wise, what works for me? He goes, kid, that's all you need to know. Sell more, bump less. And I've carried that throughout the years.
He's not wrong. He is. He's not wrong. But the difference between that and this is I'm 150 pounds. I'm 5'5". You know what I mean?
Right.
So within foremost is, my speed and me being on the ropes is going to be my go-to. In theory, is going to be my go-to. That's what I need to do. I got to break him down to get him here so I can do this, this, and this.
Yeah. More
So
the
it may
psychological side of it.
exactly, and that makes it a lot harder for me because my size is bump.
Yeah.
In wrestling, I wear a size bump.
I
That
love
that's
that. I
that's
love
that's
that.
that's it. My size in wrestling is bump and feed.
I love that. I've never heard it put that way,
I
but I love
just
that.
made it. Just made it up.
Oh,
So
Leanne, what's going on? Ricky, glad y'all tuned in. If you're new to the thing, interviewing Lee Michaels here. If you get a chance and you missed the beginning of it, go back and look at the flyers that I talked about earlier in the show. Oh, excuse me, I got gas. But so Lee, I know you've had a shit ton of matches. I know you've
I
done a bunch
have
of
a
gimmick
lot.
matches and stuff like that. What is in your mind? What is probably the epitome of what you've done? What is your favorite match that you've ever had?
My favorite match, man. I could sit here and I can say this match, that match, but honestly, the second time that ASWF put me over for the heavyweight title, the first time it was transitional. The second time, dude, you were there. I worked my ass off,
Who who
and
who who did who was in that match with you?
it was me, Cody Only, and Reggie Montgomery.
Oh, that's a good group to be with, man.
It was. Uh, hey, Cody carried me well. Reggie carried they carried me well. Uh, but no, for real. I had put a lot of work. Like I had been working, I'd been working. At that point in time, when I finally had got it, I had been with that company for 10 years. So, and that was the only thing that that they said in the beginning that I'd never win because I didn't have the size. Well, don't tell me that because I'm going to prove you wrong.
I love hearing that.
And just working hurt, doing my thing, doing it every week. Uh, Fun story. Well, not so fun story. Not so fun story. I remember my first fractured neck and third concussion. It was a fatal four way. It was me, Will, Josh Cross, and this guy that you just I don't know, dude, just fell off the earth.
Uh,
Cataclysm.
uh, you're not talking about that match, are you?
I am.
God damn, that one about broke me, man.
I know it.
Uh,
Which was I was going to bring that up, and I was going to bring that up too in a good way. So we do this match. Uh, we'll just say the timing wasn't all there for a spot, and I was overshot a little bit. Head smacked concrete, neck give in.
Yeah.
This green ass guy in a mask named Cataclysm is rolling on top of me, crying.
Dude, that
And
scared
honestly,
the shit out of
that's
me.
the only thing that I really remember from that night. And buying beer before the show. But those were the two things that I remembered that night. And I knew then and there that he was going to be special because you completely broke a character that should have never been broken to make sure that shit was right.
The scariest situation I've ever been in when it comes to this. Utterly terrifying.
So,
Uh,
but nonetheless, match went on. Everything was good. I was supposed to be out for 12 weeks. I wrestled 2 weeks later.
Lord.
Yay. You know, I say that now. Now when I see these kids and they get hurt and they're like, "Oh no, I'm good." No, the fuck you're not. Sit down.
You only get one body.
Yeah, and I'm the epitome of not taking care of it.
Well, I mean, you get it honest. I know a lot of people you've run around with over the years,
Yep.
including the guy that brought me into this business.
Yep.
And we're gonna kind of float into that.
I got misfits on now.
Majority of the time that I've known you outside of this last couple of years, you kind of were known as a tag guy, at least
I
in
was.
the circles we ran.
Yep.
You and Josh, the misfits run around. How did you go from that incarnation to where you're at now with the West Side Misfits?
Okay, so it's funny. This is one of the best stories. So I was honestly getting ready to quit ASWF, and Josh was too. We were fixing to make the switch to SWA at that time. I put in work. They would bring all these guys in, and they'd shove the guys that were working down to the bottom. And I know you've seen that personally happen. And if your guys are working, don't bring somebody in for a week and put them over on your guys, because then your guys doesn't have a leg to stand on the next week when they're gone.
I completely agree with that.
And to me, that's stupid. So we were at a point at that, and they threw me and Josh in a tag team. And honestly, it pretty much turned into a shoot Mikesville of me talking about like fourth wall down everything on house. Everything is so stupid in the locker room. Like I brought up names and the way things, I'm not going to do it now, but and all that. And to the point is that the fans got over on it. So they put me and Josh together. We had been together for a few weeks. We're cutting, these shoot spills for the most part, which was for the most part, most of them were true. Like I meant everything I said. And then it just turned into a, what was supposed to be a heel thing turned into a baby thing. And bro, dude, when I say it took off, like me and Josh, like we took off, between, all the years that we tagged, split up, come back and tag, we've got 8 tag team championships together.
Damn.
So, like, Josh was a big influence on me, and I don't say that in a bad way. I mean that in a good way. Is as far as the fact is, bro, I've been doing this for this many years now, and I'm the quiet one in the locker room. I don't say nothing. I do my job, do my thing. dude. And it turned into a point if something didn't make sense or if something didn't, like, we didn't do it. Like, we wasn't going to do it. It just wasn't going to happen. We begged for a organization to turn us heel because they were booing the crap out of us. And they wouldn't do it. And it turned into me and Josh laying the tag titles down and walking out.
Damn.
And, you know, just show that you worked at. Matters of fact, it was the show that I first wrestled you at.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing. And, you know, like sometimes, I'm not saying you need to listen to the crowd all the time, but look, if we're going out week after week and we're getting booed, let us give them a reason to boo.
Yeah, don't try to shove it down
Yeah.
somebody's throat. You know, let it
Right.
be organic.
Exactly. And I'm real big on organic. You know, I get asked all the time, you a good guy or you a bad guy? Dude, I'm Lee Michaels. If you want to go dirty, we can go that road. If you want to do it this way, we can do it that way. I'm not a good guy. I'm not a bad guy. I'm just the old guy that doesn't care. There we go. That's the best way to put it. I'm the old guy that don't care.
So how did that segue into this whole West Side Misfits thing?
So, wrestled, and then in 2019, 18, almost 19, I broke my neck again in a car wreck. So, completely out of wrestling, couldn't wrestle, wouldn't have thought, nothing. And then go in for a checkup, and they tell me the first words out of their mouth is, "Yeah, man, you're 100%. 100%. And so, can I wrestle? My very first question, that was the only thing that, can I wrestle? Okay. So we get that ball rolling. I get down to a place. We're running good. Like, I don't want to be a good guy. I want to be a bad guy. And I knew in my head, if I ever got the chance to come back, that I wanted to be that in your face. I'm not going to run from you, but I'm going to get away from you. But I want to be that bad guy that's going to piss everybody off. So, got hooked up. A friend of mine, Cove, was in a tag team with Opposite Attract, and it was just one of those things. He was ready to do something new, and they paired him up with the guy that I was in an angle with, DJ. Well, sometimes, guys, Cove turns on DJ. Cove's joined me, and at that time, Cove was going by Westside Cove.
Gotcha.
And you know, me, I always like to be true to my roots. If it's not broke, don't try to fix it. Misfits always worked. Talked to Josh. You know, he was cool with it. Actually fought with Cove about it being called West Side Misfits. So I was like, all right, well, whatever. Get this show. They hand me a microphone. I cut a promo, and I call us the West Side Misfits. And honestly, that was 5 years ago. And, like, it still works. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, when you hear West Side, like, you know who's coming out to the ring. You know what I mean? Like, you know exactly what you're getting. You know that you're going to be mad by the end of the night. And that's the only thing that I cared about, is how mad that I could make people. And as dirty as this sounds, as bad as this sounds, like, what line wouldn't I cross? There wasn't one. Heat so bad one night that I thought a fan was going to cross the guardrail, and he didn't. So I went to his side. Like, it was like, you know what I mean? Like, we were honestly at that point in time, I don't think there was another group in Arkansas that could probably touch us. And I'm not saying that to be cocky or anything like that. I just felt like everything we were. It's not even confidence. We never knew what we were doing each week. We just went out there and did it. Like, legitimately, that was the deal to let us do this. Like, you can't tell us what to do. You can put us in matches. We're only going to work them the way that we want to work them to make them make sense. And that's literally what we did for 3 years. And, you know, and the thing is, it wasn't even about getting Westside over. It was about being hated enough to get the guys that we were working over.
I like to hear that. And that's what it's about.
It is 100%. And, you know, like, it's not about, and it sucks because, like, I've known this and I've done it for a while. You know what I mean? But to be able to walk into a locker room and be like, somebody go, we need a new baby. We need to get them over. Let me work them. You know what I mean? It's not about, it's about the greater, to me, it's about the greater good of the business. And, you know, without tearing the fourth wall down and tearing it down, winning doesn't get you over.
I've actually had that conversation with a couple people here recently.
Winning only matters is if you're a good enough baby to get over in the end. Vice versa.
It only matters to the story that's being told.
Like, I mean, to run it back, work to Jonathan, or to not without tearing the fourth wall. I'm gonna tear this fourth wall down all the way down. So doing the thing with Jonathan, the week before he wanted to do some stuff and he wanted to make contact, and right then and there we hadn't made contact since the Halloween show, and I was like, no contact. I said, because the next week when I'm whooping your ass for that first 5 or so minutes, dude, that crowd is going to be hooked. And turns out, you know, we did the thing. As soon as I started tearing into him, hey, dude, the crowd was all the way into it. They stayed into it the whole time. You know, everything doesn't have to turn into a pull apart or a beatdown fest or this and that. You know, let's stop pulling the wolves over our guys. We know on WWE, if the hill is standing tall before the pay-per-view, we know the baby's going over. You know what I mean?
99.9% of them.
99. Okay, so we can, like, steal the same concept, but we can still pull the wool over their eyes, thinking that, oh, man, this guy might actually have a chance. You know what I mean? And I love that about telling the story, about let's let everybody believe this, but the next show, they're like this, what the fuck? You know what and I love that. I fucking love that. If I can work, and it's funny because I'm going to give Dino some credit here. And for those who don't know who Dino is, his name's Brandon. Wrestled under a mask for a while. 3 years exactly. Pretty much jobbed every show that he worked. Never really got an opportunity. And I was working for a show and kind of still doing the same thing with him. They weren't really doing nothing with him. And he had come to me and he would talk about it. He goes, I just love to be me. Like, I'm tired of the mask. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of that. And I was like, you want out of the mask? I said, hang on. So I go talk to Ray, get it all set up. So I'm doing this thing. When it comes for the week to tear his mask off of him, I get told, by the powers that he's like, only tear it a little bit. We want him to still be able to wear it. And you know me,
got a little overzealous.
not overzealous, because the show prior to that gave every reason.
I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah. Not really overzealous. It made sense for it to come off. With me only tearing it a little bit, there's no story after that. You know what I mean? His mask got tore a little bit. Nobody knows who he is. But Ray's probably gonna see this. My bad, Ray. He only wanted me to tear it a little bit. I went completely against it. Dude, when I tore his mask, you knew who he was after I got done tearing it. Look, no, and it's not even that. Like, I feel like this kid had so much to let out. But he was hindered in that mask and he couldn't do it. When I tell you, I put a kid in my world, match-wise. You know that world. You've been there a few times with me. And so we do this match, and this kid takes everything that I throw at him. Like, literally, when I say I left him in a pool of his own blood in front of his mama and put him over, like, I knew right then and there, at that point in time, I didn't want to work nothing but the green guys. Because I feel like I have something to offer in that department.
I do a lot of that myself as well. So
and I love it. I love it. I love taking somebody that's just fresh in the business, has maybe had a handful of matches, and be like, I see something in you. Come hang out with me for a while.
I love hearing that, man. And that's what I've always said, like me, I started later in life and all.
Right.
One of my things was I knew I never would make it to, certain levels and whatnot,
Right.
So like I was like, my goal is once I get to a point where I feel like I can help, that's what I want to do. I want to help this next generation coming up.
And see, and that's that honestly, that's where I'm at. So I have that, or wherever I put it, I have this, and honestly, this one was more selfish reasons for me, and so that was pure selfish reasons for me. But at a point in time, there was a chance to where I could have took when I came back the next belt. You know what I mean?
Right.
And there's a kid there that had been working his ass off. And, when that was brought to me, the first where I said, no, I said, that kid been working he's been working his ass off, and he's still working his ass off, and he's over his shit. Matter of fact, he's your current reigning, defending OCW heavyweight champion.
I love that kid, man. I love that dude.
I do too. Dude's got.
Dude, if you watch some of his videos with Legitimately Too Good, with them doing promos of him in the background stuff, dude, it is just gold.
Dude, he is 100 times further than he should be. 100%.
Phenomenal.
Like, phenomenal. Great kid. Earned that spot. I would have done nothing to take that away from him ever, because I wasn't there. He was. He put in work. There's no way. Like, he deserved it. Give it to him. And as of now, and still now, he proves every week why he's the heavyweight champion.
So earlier we talked about one of your favorite matches.
Hmm.
Who would you say is your favorite person to work with? Who's your favorite opponent?
Ooh, man. Uh,
Who do you feel
favorite.
like brings the best out in you?
Man, there's two of them though. I can't bring one without bringing up the other.
Okay.
Uh, First and foremost, Josh Cross. First and foremost, I don't think we've ever had a bad match. We spent so much time tagging together when we started doing when we did split up and doing the one-on-ones, like we knew, and
Well,
it
you
was
know each other. The chemistry's there
exactly, it was
automatic.
all there. And Ray Ivy, I don't know what it is about him. Sometimes that man can bring out a different version of anybody if he had to.
Yeah, yeah. Some of my
Uh,
hardest hitting matches has been with Ray.
Man, uh, you know, and it's funny because me and Ray wasn't the best of friends back in the day. Matter of fact, you could say we didn't like each other at all. I'm like him, he didn't like me. It wasn't till SWA shut down, and some of them moved over to ASWF. And when they had told me that some of the guys from SWA was coming, I was like, all right. So get there the next week, and sure fucking shit, the very first match that I have to have with the SWA guys, Lee Michaels versus Ray Ivy. And like I legitimately looked at that and I said, no. I said, then was then, now is now. I was like, I swear to God, if he hits me hard, I'm gonna fucking hit him hard back. Dude, we proceeded to go out there and I'd probably put in my top 7 matches of all time and beat the dog shit out of each other. And hey, boy, I love that man to death.
Yeah, that right there. Yeah,
So
he Ray is a lot better than what he's given credit for.
you're not
Uh,
wrong.
Duke can pull a good match out of anybody.
He can. He
Uh,
can. He can also take you to your absolute limit.
Trust me, I've been a part of those too. I remember a certain triple threat match that
In,
went 45 fucking minutes,
in Hot
and then
Springs?
no, I'm talking about
Uh,
ASWF. Me, you, and him
yeah.
in front of the Harding crowd.
Yep.
And then I had to go straight into a heavyweight title match right after that. That was more tiring than the freaking
Yeah. I was
hardcore
gonna
match.
say, didn't you go through a table off top rope in that match?
We went off of the apron through a barbed wire
That's what
wrapped
it was.
door. Yeah,
That's what it was.
yeah. That was a fun freaking match. We beat the shit out of each other in that thing.
So
But
it's funny because nowadays it's like if it's somebody new that I have to work, my first words is like, "Look," I said, "I'm not shooting on you. I'm just tight like that." I said, "How hard I hit you is how hard I want to be hit." They be guys out there, and they be like, I tag them once, we're like, "Whoa, Jesus Christ!" And I'm like,
I didn't need those teeth.
"Yeah, it's like it's nothing in a dangerous spot. I hit hard to safe place. You know what I mean?"
As long as long as it looks good, that's all I give a shit
Exactly.
about. Yeah.
Exactly. And we can thank Mike Anthony for me being as tight as I am.
I understand that completely.
100%
I
can
know
thank
you.
Mike Anthony for that.
I know you gave me the first black eye I had
Yeah.
in probably 15 years.
And
Put
another
his
thing
shirt
about another thing about
I work tight.
oh dude, Cody Murdoch's another one. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I love that man, and I cannot wait to work him again. Cody, if you're seeing this, make shit happen.
Yeah, he's right here. He says, I always have to say, I work tight.
Matter of fact, I think I remember him chewing me once for not being stiff.
Oh, yeah.
I honestly, I really think he has. The Cody and Kaysen has chewed me a few times on some shit.
I got to work with them, both of them, the first time at the Ricky Rumble last year. We
Man,
did a 4-way tag match. I got to work with them some, and then we worked in the Rumble some. So
dude,
I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
I feel like it's funny. Once I got my main bumps back down to normal, and I could bump, it was months. It was me either versus Cody or Kaysen, or I was thrown together with Cody and Kaysen. Dude, that shit went on for months with them. But at the same time, I can go back and look on that, and yeah, was Cody a little bit of an asshole back then on some shit? Yeah, but at the same time, I can look back at that and say, "But that motherfucker wasn't being a dick. He was teaching me something."
Well, speaking of teaching, before we cut loose here, I got one last question I've got that I always ask is young guys that are first trying to get into wrestling, trying to get into the business and all. What advice would you give them?
Shut up and listen. No, I'm kidding. I know you've heard that a million times. Shut up and listen. I've heard that a million times. Dude, like, it's one of those things. Yes, if you want to do it, fucking do it. If you love it that much, do it. Go to a school. Find somebody that's has the identity that can train. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be, go to, Memphis is doing training. ASWF does training.
APW in Mariana has a very good program.
OCW, you get to work hands-on with JPJ.
I don't know if that's no.
Yeah. So, like, but man, don't get discouraged. That's my advice. Don't get discouraged, because when you have your first match, it's not going to go the way that you want it, nor is the first year that you wrestle going to go the way that you want it. Don't get discouraged. Learn, grow, and be better, because once you get past that first year, the sky's the limit.
That's what I'll add to that. What I tell a lot of the guys that I've helped out over the years is there's two main things: have a thick skin and be patient. It
Very much
doesn't
so.
happen overnight.
And it's funny because I have all the patience in the world. I still 20 plus years doing this, and I have a thick skin, but I don't. Sometimes I think the guys get me out in front of the crowd to see how much they can make me cry. And it's a lot harder to maintain the older you get.
Well, that's why I tell everybody, contrary to popular belief, I am a very emotional person.
Dude, I'd like to say that I'm not, but my track record isn't winning as of late. So
as when you see you're looking straight at them and something happened, you're like,
I just break out just for men, brush a little more in, slap myself in the chest, pray to God I don't cause a heart attack, go about my day.
Well, Lee, man, I appreciate you coming on tonight.
Hey, bro, I appreciate you having me. Hey, before we go, I just want to throw this out there. Dude, I love what you're doing, man. All of it. your posts that you make, always trying to uplift, always trying to make it better. And I really love the putting people over. Like, I love that because it's taking the fourth wall down without taking the fourth wall down, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
And
and I try my
I
best.
love this, and I love that stuff. Like, I see your stuff and I'm like, man, like, and that's one thing that I can, from the time that you were green till now, there's one thing that you've always understood, and you've always got it. You've always got wrestling. Like, you've always understood it.
I appreciate that, man.
And I love that.
Talk about getting somebody emotional. And that's a
No,
shoot.
bro, like you're really doing it, man. Like you're going state to state. You're on the road. You're putting yourself over. You're putting people over. You know what I mean? And then you preach and you do this on your time off when you don't have to. You know what I mean? Like, you're really out there making a difference in Arkansas wrestling, man. You really are.
I'm trying my best.
No,
I just
you are,
my
man.
my main thing is like, there's always, and this is 100%. There's a stigma about Arkansas wrestling that I
You're not wrong.
absolutely hate. I
Yep.
hate. There are some issues, but it's that way in everywhere. It's
Right.
like that everywhere.
Right.
I'm trying to make it to where people aren't focusing on the bad and they're concentrating on the good, because there is a lot of good wrestling in Arkansas. There are a ton of good wrestlers in Arkansas,
There
and
are, very much so.
again,
And
anybody,
it sucks because a lot of these young kids these days are very good. Like, they are good.
yes,
But there is not a promotion out there that's going to give them a chance, and that pisses me off. Like, I hate that. Like, let's our generation should be getting these guys over,
100%.
and a lot of places aren't doing that. And I take pride on getting the guy that I'm working over. Let's put it this way. How many years have you known me?
About 11,
How many times have you
12.
how many times have you seen me go out and job?
Well, I mean, it's a loaded question on there. I'm
Ask me,
I'm not a fan of the word job. I
how many times have you seen me go out and take an ass whooping and get pinned? No offense, no nothing.
I
Ass
I
whooping
I,
and pin.
I don't have a number for that. So.
Because I don't. I don't. I don't. Uh, so to get a story over, and the guy that I'm working over as a heel, I literally went out my first match back and jobbed. Like, 5 minute match. Got my ass whooped, got pinned.
Vic wouldn't know if you're sitting on a phone book.
My, 3 of them.
Oh man. Well, again,
We can thank McDonald's for the one from China.
well, Lee, again, man, I appreciate you. I'm gonna drop you down. Just hang tight though. Don't pop off. We're gonna talk.
I gotta make a quick plug. Hey, if you're not following it, go to Westside Misfits YouTube. Follow us there to keep up with us.
Most definitely. Other social medias outside of that.
You can follow me on Facebook. You can follow me on TikTok. I post a lot of highlights and stuff like that on TikTok. But for the most part now, most of it's going to YouTube because I'm trying to get that following up.
Yeah, I subscribed myself as well. So
I appreciate that.
All right, well, Lee, I'm gonna let you go, man. Just
All right,
like I
man.
said, hang tight. I'll talk to you after we go up there.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you tuning in tonight. Again, if you're just tuning in and you want to see what's going on in Arkansas wrestling, make sure you go back and watch from the beginning. I go over a lot of the flyers that I either found on Facebook or somebody sent to me. If you did not see your flyer on there, it's because I didn't see it and you didn't send it to me. So make sure you send me your information. This is, I mean, this may not be the biggest show in the world, but Dadgummit, I'm trying to put you over. So let me put you over. But if you're a wrestler watching this and you want to work in Arkansas, hit me up. I have a list of Arkansas shows and who to get in contact with. So if you want that list, make sure you contact me. Thank everybody for watching. It is getting cold out here. My heater quit going, so I think it's a good time to say good night. Appreciate everybody.